Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So in today's video, we're going to do our 2026 energy check-in update for the whole year. So it's going to cover all of 2026 for the air signs. So that would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So let's see what's going on for us air signs for next year for 2026. I'm really curious to see. And we're going to do a tarot reading. And then at the end, I'm going to do some oracle cards from the Archangel Michael deck. I felt really drawn to add those into these 2026 readings. So let's see what's going on for the air signs for the next year. And as always, take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't, because there'll be a lot of people watching this. But hit the like button so that other air signs will see this video that need to see it and get some information about next year that they might need to hear. And it also helps the channel to grow. So I appreciate if you hit that like button. And please hit subscribe if you haven't already so that you will get future videos I put out. I'm also going to be doing a special reading for winter, for the season of winter. That will be coming out like right before the winter solstice later in the month of December. So I wanted to let you know about that. So let's see what's going on for all the air signs for the year of 2026. What is the energy for air signs for the year of 2026? Okay. And also thank you to all my subscribers out there. Really appreciate you supporting the channel. All right, so let's see what's going on for next year for air signs. Oh, Three of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, King of Swords. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, Ten of Swords, Emperor, and the Hanged Man. Interesting. So in the past position coming into the new year, this could be you as an air sign because it's an air sign card. But I feel this is more like somebody that you're dealing with in the past, someone you've been dealing with in the past. So maybe throughout 2025, 2024, but you've been dealing with this person in the past, and this is what's going into next year. And they're in this King of Swords energy. I'm feeling it's a masculine energy and very the King of Swords. He's intelligent and wise, but he's not warm and fuzzy. He's not the type to really like wear his heart on his sleeve and be real open about how he feels, how he's doing. He's kind of like can be guarded. And in a negative way, a negative attribute would be like being kind of cold and distant with his emotions. But I feel like air signs, that's who we've been dealing with in the past. And because of we're dealing with that person in the past, it has put us in this kind of heartbreak and sadness energy and it could be like maybe this situation has already come to an end with this person, but currently you're still going into the new year, even though this has ended, going into the new year, you're still, even though you're like no contact with this person or whatever, and it's run its course, you're still kind of in a heartbreak sadness kind of mode going into the new year, dealing with a broken heart, sadness, and kind of like a heartbreak, kind of in melancholy too. Like a melancholy feeling is what I'm getting as well. And it's like you're recovering from it, but it's taking a little while. So the situation coming into 2026 is I feel like there's going to be a shift because you've got this Ace of Pentacles here. And I feel like there's going to be a shift during the year. So you might be starting the year like in this energy, but I feel like there's going to be a shift that's going to help you get it out of it, like a tangible new beginnings coming in, an abundant new beginning. And you can see the universe is kind of giving it to you. And if you look at this card, you can see little flowers here, and there's like a little archway and a path, and it's just a very happy little card. So it's like this new beginnings coming in for you. And the atmosphere is, it's like someone could very well, be coming in with a little offer. You can see. Now, if you look at that horse, he's barely moving. So he's moving real slow. So it's like it's been a long time coming with this offer, but a little tangible offer coming in. Now, it's a little bit more than a page, but it's still not as much as a queen or a king. So it's like a smaller tangible offer coming in, and I feel like it's going to kind of kick you into this new beginning. Whatever that offer is, it's going to help build up to that new beginning. And it's going to like kind of get you out of this energy that you're dealing with. But and this is for the whole, this is for the whole year. So this is kind of like what's going to be happening over the course of the year is what I'm hearing. So it's kind of like you might start off the year like this, but this is what's coming in, and this offer is going to help bring that in. So this could very well happen over the 12 months of 2026. And because it's pentacle energy, it might be coming in kind of slow. So just be mindful of that. It might take the whole year for this to come in and, to really get manifested and grounded into the physical world. It might take a while for that to happen because it's pentacle energy. But in the near future, and I feel like after that all happens throughout the course of the year, in the near future, it's like you're in this surrender mode. And I feel like it's just because, all right, what I'm hearing is you've learned to let go of control with things. So it's kind of like because of everything you've been through, one of the lessons you've learned is not to try to control and just let things come in naturally. Like just let things manifest and come in at the time and pace and the way they're meant to. And try to let go of that sense of control and just surrender. And I know that's easier said than done, but it's like, the universe is really telling you to let go of the control aspect of it. And it's just like you're ending a cycle too. And I think it's ending whatever that was the cause of the heartbreak and sadness in dealing with this past person. It's like that's behind you going into 2026 is all about moving forward and getting out of that energy and getting away from that old cycle and this coming in, right? And so it's kind of like you're during, in the near future though, from this whole experience, you're learning to just let go, and you're going to get better with it. You're going to get better with just surrendering and letting go, but it's also going to be the end of this cycle, end of this cycle that you were dealing with in the past. It's like it's finally, it's going to come to to an end. And it might like not be like when you're going into the beginning of next year, it might not be completely over. That cycle might not be completely over, but it is going to it's going to manifest an ending. It's coming to the end. And it might happen during the course of the year, but it's coming to the end. And in the near future, it's like by the end of the year, going into 27, I feel like that cycle is going to be ended, but you're going to learn to kind of just go with the flow and be in the now. That was something that I remember, my spirit guides really kind of like pounded into me over the years. It's like, live in the moment, like live in the now, because they don't have time like we do. Like time doesn't exist. It's an illusion. So time as we know it was developed to help humans understand, moments of time or, but it's a 3D earth thing. But the higher dimensionals do not have time like we do. They just live in the moment. They're in the now. And so that's something like, pounded into me, like, live in the now, live in the now. And I kind of have a hard time with that sometimes because it's like I like to have my little spreadsheets. I like to plan things out. Okay, this is my goal and this is how I'm going to do it. Boom, 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 you know. But what the problem with that is it a lot of times I can live in the future. Like, I'm planning all this stuff. So for me to live in the moment, I still struggle with that. Even though, they've been trying to pound it in me for years. I mean, I've gotten better with it of trying to live in the moment and focus on just the moment. But I feel like that's what they're trying to teach you, air signs, is to like, to live in the moment. Just surrender and let the energy, let, the divine and the energy kind of let things happen as they're meant to. And just live in the moment and don't have your head so much into the future, just live in the moment. So I feel like by the end of 2026, going into, 2027, that you've kind of learned that lesson and you're going to be kind of more smooth about it. It's going to become a little easier, for you to be that way. But yes, definitely live in the now and the moment. And then I definitely, what's interesting is the advice cards that I got for next year for air signs. So it's kind of like, when you come, like, it's like these things are coming in, right, throughout the course of the year. We discussed that. And this cycle's coming to an end, and, you're learning to surrender and by, going into 27. But I feel like there's definitely a sense of don't rush into things. Like, let things, you're in this hangman energy of kind of like, because you have to heal from what happened in the past. So give yourself time to do that. Don't rush into something too fast. Allow yourself that time to recover from that and end that cycle out completely. But while you're taking a break and because the hangman, he is hanging there, but you can see he's getting enlightenment and knowledge and wisdom while he's hanging, while he's hanging there. So while you're recovering, so to speak, from while you're recovering from what happened in the past and finishing out that cycle, you're going to get a lot of downloads. You're going to get wisdom. You're going to get inspiration and information coming in that's going to help you. And it's like all coming from the divine to help you through this process. But it's like you're going to have to take time to heal and like really listen to these things. Because a lot of times, downloads of information can come through dreams, it can come through synchronicities, but you have to pay attention or you're going to miss it. So it's kind of like, don't like allow yourself to go within and heal and take your time. Don't rush into anything. Just take some time to get enlightened with this information, but you have to be like able to see it, and be able to see what's coming in. But that information is going to help you to move forward with this, that new beginning we talked about coming in throughout the year. So I feel like throughout 2026, you're going to be kind of doing a lot of like introspection work, taking your time, allowing yourself to heal, and getting that information and paying attention and figuring things out, getting information to prepare you for this new beginning that's coming in. But I also feel like there's going to be an emperor coming in. So this person from the past was a king of swords. And you're leaving that behind, right? You left that behind. But the person coming in, and I kind of feel like, this, could very well be a love situation here with this reading, because that's what it looks, what's what I'm feeling it looks like. But it could, this person coming in is going to be an emperor. So they're going to be much, they're going to be, I don't want to say much better than the King of Swords, but it's going to be a different type of relationship, because this person, the emperor, is like, he's the accumulation of all the kings. So he's going to have attributes of all the kings, plus the King of Swords, but all the other kings as well. So he's going to be kind of a better partner for you. He's going to have his stuff together, like an emperor would. He's going to have wisdom and intelligence, but he's also going to have that soft, fluffy side, like the King of Cups attributes and, the King of Wands and, So he's going to have all these, and all these attributes besides just the King of Swords. So he's going to be much more like mature and have his stuff together. And I feel what I'm hearing is more ready for a relationship. He's going to be, it's like he's done his inner work and he's healed and done the things he needs to do. So he's ready to move forward. He's in that emperor energy. So it's like it's a person that's got their stuff together and they're more ready for a relationship, or they're more ready for what you want. So they're going to be a better partner for you than this person from the past, because they're going to be in a better place. Like, and I'm also hearing higher vibrational. So they're going to be in a higher vibrational place than that person in the past was. They're not going to be like an anchor on your energy or hold you down. They're going to lift you up because they're in that higher vibrational emperor energy. So that's the tarot reading I have for us air signs for 2026. So let's see. I'm kind of curious about the Archangel Michael card. So let's see what's going on, because it definitely looks like a love reading to me. Like it's like about relationship here, a relationship. So what does Archangel Michael have to say to us? What is the message for air signs for 2026 from Archangel Michael? Oh, yeah, it looks like it's a lot of energy because my cards are jumping here. Okay, I felt like to pull two. Okay, these are the two that I've pulled, which is really interesting because they go along with. So the first one is ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation, to help you heal and start this new beginning. So that's exactly what we were talking about. Leaving behind healing, but of course, getting the divine to help. But Archangel, and it says, Archangel Michael, thank you for assisting me with this situation. Please help me be filled with faith and peace at all times. And then the other one I pulled was forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. And I definitely feel like that goes back to this, because you might be having some of those feelings getting out of that old situation. Maybe you felt like it was your fault, or, you might have been dealing with somebody who was kind of a toxic person and they put all this on your shoulders and it's all your fault and, you've done everything wrong. And in reality, it's not you, it's them. So the divine and Archangel Michael are saying, the Archangel Michael's letting you know that don't blame yourself for it. Forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. I ask that you help me let go of self blame and forgive myself. Please guide me in releasing any toxic anger or fear towards others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for allowing me to feel self centered and at peace. And what's interesting in that prayer I just read to Archangel Michael is toxic anger. So if you're coming, you might be dealing with that, or fear towards others coming out of that old situation. So it could have very well been like a toxic situation that you were in, and a person that you were dealing with that was toxic, and they didn't, like I said, they were trying to put it on you. And so, realize you did nothing wrong. But also, sometimes when you're in a relationship and it goes and it breaks up, a lot of times you're like, oh, why didn't I see the red flags earlier? Why didn't I leave earlier? And you kind of beat yourself up over it. But I think he's trying to tell you to forgive yourself, take it easy on yourself. You've done nothing wrong. And then work through, if you're dealing with anger and stuff going into 26, deal with it in a healthy way, like goes back to this, don't rush into things real fast. Give yourself time to heal and get that enlightenment about things like that to help you through the process. So, and you can go to Archangel Michael, because he just said that you can ask for help with this situation in that card. So that you can go to your spirit guides, you can go to him and the other higher dimensional beings and such, and ask for assistance to help you. But that's what I have for us air signs for next year, for 2026. Really interesting reading. So that's what I have for everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.